Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera everyone. My name is HANIS HAZIQAH binti AZRIN and more affectionately known as HANIS. And also today, I will be your tour guide here in Kuala Kangsar. As you can see, we are not alone today since we will be accompanied by our handsome coach captain Mr. Hayat. Say hi to Mr. Hayat. Okay, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, be reminded, sir and madam, to write down my ID number for your convenience. I repeat, this is for your safety and your precautions. If anything happened to you or lost while you are touring in this town, you can send my ID to the nearest tourism center in this town. Please take out your pen or pencil and paper to write down my ID number. The ID number is 23023. I repeat, the ID number is 23023. On behalf of Sakura Tours, I would like to welcome you all to Kuala Kangsar, Perak Darul Rizwan. The bus ride to your destination will take about 15 minutes. Right now, I would like to take a minute to familiarize you with the area and discuss some brief safety precautions. Firstly, I ask that you remain seated until we reach our destination and then you not eat or drink while on the bus. I promise you are going to enjoy your stay here in Kuala Kangsar, Perak. This town is a beautiful, timeless town where you can relax, sit by the river, enjoy great meals and feel very safe. You can also walk into town and enjoy the fountains or take a moonlit walk along the water. We are going to be pulling up to our first destination in just a few minutes. Please sit back and enjoy the view of this small town on the left side of the bus as we enter the city. I ask that you remain in your seat until we have come to a complete stop. Please double check to make sure your personal belongings such as wallet, money, handphone or other types of accessory like rings or gold with you all the time. On behalf of Sakura Tours, have a wonderful vacation in Kuala Kangsar and I hope to see you later at our next stop, Kuala Kangsar Town. We're here in Kuala Kangsar Town. Let me brief you some introduction about this timeless town. Kuala Kangsar is the royal town of Perak Darul Rizwan, Malaysia. The name Kuala Kangsar is believed to be derived from Kuala Kurangsa, which literally means 100 minus 1. Usually interpreted as the 99 small tributary to flow into the Perak River. It is also the main town in the administrative district of Kuala Kangsar. It is about 235 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur, which is it will take like 3 hours from Kuala Lumpur to Kuala Kangsar, Perak. The Sultan of Perak officially resides in Kuala Kangsar and it has been Perak's royal seat since the 18th century. It is one of 4 towns that play a role in Perak complex succession system. It was the administrative seat of the first British resident, as you guys know, in the Malay Peninsula when it was a Second World War in Tanah Melayu, James W. Birch, from October 1874 until he was murdered on 2nd November 1875. It was the capital of Perak until 1876. Kuala Kangsar also known in Malaysia history as the site where the first conference ever of rulers of the Federated Malay States, the Durbar, was held in 1897. By that time, the growth of the tin mining towns of Ipoh and Taiping had eclipsed Kuala Kangsar, but it remains to this day one of the most attractive of the Malay royal capitals. The town itself also the site of the first rubber tree planted in Malaysia, which is the oldest rubber tree in Malaysia so far. The person who responsible was the English botanist Henry Nicholas Wrightley. He was the one who helped Malaya and eventually Malaysia become the largest rubber producer in the world back then. The tree still stands today. It's still it's so big, and like I say, it's the oldest rubber tree in the Malaysia. The town's spanking new railway station, which was built to serve the electric train service (ETS), introduced late in 2015. The faster service made it such easier to visit Kuala Kangsar from Kuala Lumpur by train. Going along Jalan Raja Idris, you can see you pass a stately old mansion which has seen better days. This was the residence of the last Raja Bendahara until his death in 1953. It has intricate carving under the eave and could be returned to its former glory with some careful restoration. Next, as you can see, you can be a sprawling campus of the Malay College Kuala Kangsar, MCKK. As everyone know, MCKK is known as IPT for IPT, I think, or all boys school only, which was established in 1905 as a boarding school to educate the sons of Malay elite, and that school is still stand until today. The school is sometimes referred to as the Eton of the East. There are a number of college buildings on the both sides of the street arranged around football and rugby pitches. On the corner of Jalan Raja Idris and Jalan Raja Chulan stands a rubber tree which is claimed to be one of the oldest in the country, having been grown for one of the first 11 seeds introduced into Malaya in 1877. Rubber cultivation went on become Malaysia's most important crop. On a small roundabout at the town stands a very elegant classic clock tower with a golden dawn. It's also beautiful in the middle of the night because there's a light, it's beautiful light, and according to the dedication plaque, this clock was erected in 1939 to commemorate the coronation of King George VI, which took place in 1937. Well, in this is very good opportunity to explore the small commercial heart of the town with 2 or 3 street lined with old shops, houses. And next up is the impressive Gallery Sultan Azlan Shah, a museum house in a former royal palace built in 1903, known originally as Istana Ulu or Hulu, and later renamed as Istana Kota. This is the most, as you can see, this is the most famous attraction, which is the Ubudiah Mosque, which was completed in 1970, and it's thought by many to be the most beautiful mosque in Malaysia. The interior itself is very cool. Marble courtyard is as stunning as the exterior. And going to Jalan Istana loops around Istana Iskandaria, Kuala Kangsar largest palace and home to the current Sultan. It was finished in 1933 and its Moorish Art Deco design incorporates onion-shaped domes. Next, if you have car or anything, I recommend you to take a look at Victoria Bridge, because Victoria Bridge is one of the locations that tourists would come to take a photo and enjoy the view, which is Victoria Bridge is located a few kilometers out of the town at the village of Karai near Anggo. This well-preserved railway bridge has just celebrated its 115-year anniversary. basically this bridge, Victoria Bridge, are no longer used by trains, but pedestrians and cyclists can still use this fine piece of Victorian engineering to cross over the Perak River. And now we are at the end of our day in Kuala Kangsar here. Finally, you had arrived in Kuala Kangsar for your final day of sightseeing. We hope you have the opportunity to experience the best Kuala Kangsar has to offer as a tourist destination. Before we start going back home, please double check all your bags and documents required for returning to your home before we board the bus. We want to express our regret for any mistakes made during our journey together. Thank you for for choosing us as your tour guide during your stay here in Kuala Kangsar and putting your trust in us. Please have a pleasant rest. Thank you.